Greetings, this is another reader. Welcome back to my channel. I decided to change location and sit at the table. You don't see the vase with the British and German flags. Let's rest from them for a while. Today I want to show you my recent book haul. I got these books between September and October. In my What I Bought in Moscow video, I showed you 11 books. I have bought more since, so let's get started. The first book I really want to show you is Offbringer by Brandon Sanderson. This is book 3 in the Stormlight Archive. The book was so big that the Russian publishing house decided to split it into two. I have currently around 300 pages left, maybe a little more or a little less. But I decided to take a break from this series and to read something else. I really love this book, but there are some things that I really don't like. There are moments that I found a little boring, and I will make a separate video on the books I've read between September and October. Moving on, the next book is also a fantasy novel, another installment in the series. I have read the first 5 books. I completed the 5th book right a few days before I left for Moscow, and I got myself book 6, and that's The Witcher, Tower of Swallows. I really like The Witcher. It's the book series that was worth the hype. When I first read the first 2 books, The Last Wish and The Sword of Destiny, I really hope that there would be more global plot, well, for example, like wars and something. The first 2 books are simple quests where Geralt goes to hunt some monsters, and when he does, the story ends. And nowadays I really appreciate the simplicity of the first 2 books. However, my favorite is still Blood of the Elves. I really hope that I will enjoy this as much as the previous books. Next book is split into parts again, not 2 parts like Offbringer, but 3 parts. Yes, the book is so big it's split into 3 parts. In the store there was a full version of this book in soft cover, and it was much cheaper. But I decided to pay more to get myself a hardcover, and that's Atlas Shrugged by Ayn Rand. I have already read the first part, Non-Contradiction, and now I've just begun doing it. Even though I haven't finished Atlas Shrugged, I do have some opinions on these books. In my opinion, Ayn Rand put her own thoughts into her characters' lines. So far I like what I have read, although I think it was way too materialistic for me, but probably it's supposed to be so. I hope I enjoy these 2 as much as I have enjoyed this. Next book I want to show you is Harry Potter and Prisoner of Azkaban in English. This is a Bloomsbury edition. I went to the store expecting nothing, and then I saw this. And it was quite cheap too. I ran home immediately, found my money box, and went back to the store to get this. Unfortunately, there were some technical problems that made me stand in queue for a little longer than I expected, but in the end of the day, I got this, and it makes me very happy. This cover is really beautiful. Next book is also Harry Potter. This is book 1, Philosopher Stone. As you remember from my previous videos, I had the Hufflepuff edition, and I decided to change the edition. I wanted 2 books from the same edition, so I decided to buy this. And I have already unhauled the Hufflepuff edition. I gave it to my colleague. There you have it, the first 3 Harry Potter books. Bloomsbury editions. I really like them. They're so beautiful. I know where to get the rest of the series, and sooner or later I will get them. And now, final book. It's also split. Recent purchase, and it's also the most expensive purchase. And that's Rhythm of War. I have been waiting for this for a long time. Some books that were impossible to find in Georgia, I ordered from Russia. There's one shop where I ordered some books, and some of the books that I have ordered are the second and third, the first slow books, and George Martin's Fever Dream and Ender's Game. And now these. Also the first two Stormlight Archive books I ordered from that shop. The Stormlight Archive is the heaviest fantasy drug I've ever had. These books were so big and so kinda addictive, but there were times when I got tired of them. I think you remember me saying that the Ichabod by J.K. Rowling was the most expensive book. Now this surpassed the Ichabod as being the most expensive book in my library. I think the reason it's so expensive, it was because it came out just recently. Technically there are two books, but it was worth it. And I really like the cover. I really like this one. I'm glad that they kept this cover in the Russian edition. One book that was supposed to arrive with the Rhythm of War was Shadow Rising by Robert Jordan, the fourth book in the Wheel of Time series, but unfortunately, or maybe luckily, it will arrive later. A small update on books. Right after, a few days after I filmed the book haul video, I got 3 more books. At first I intended only to order one, since these books were for some reason too expensive, but then I saw that book 2 and 3 had discounts on them, and while I had the money, I ordered all 3 of them, and that's the Lord of the Rings trilogy. I wanted to read the Lord of the Rings in English for quite a long time. For a few months already. I wanted to read these books around November, December, and finally I got these books on page 68. To be honest, it isn't that hard to read Tolkien in English. I thought it would be harder, but maybe it will as I continue to read. The Russian translation was really hard to read, and probably I just didn't get the right translation. Because when I got the first book, I didn't know that there were different translations. I've quit all the books that I have been reading. I quit the Stormlight Archive, and these are amazing. Love these editions. I kind of wish they were hardcover, but I'm glad that it's at least quite big. That's it. These are all the books I got since I came home from Russia. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment, and follow me on Twitter and Instagram. I really hope to reach 100 subscribers very soon. Bye.